Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news now, folks. When you think about the landscape of the AFC North right now, it's hard not to get excited about what's happening with the Cleveland Browns. Yes, we've all been through some ups and downs, but this season feels different. It's shaping up to be one of those years where everything could fall into place, especially with the way our team has been playing. And I tell you, the buzz in the NFL circles, especially among the Browns faithful, is all about the possibility of some seismic moves that could really reshape the division and influence our Super Bowl aspirations. So let's dive right into what's making waves lately because, believe me, this isn't just some rumor. It's a potential game changer. Recently, Bleacher Report floated a blockbuster trade proposal that has fans buzzing all across Browns Nation. The idea: Cleveland's own superstar pass rusher, Myles Garrett, could be on the move to the Chicago Bears. Now I know what some of you are thinking. Myles Garrett is a cornerstone of our defense, a player who's been a dominant force since he stepped into the league. It's not something you take lightly, but let's look at the bigger picture. The Bears, sitting at 7-3 and leading the NFC North, are feeling confident, energized by a revitalized offense under Ben Johnson and a culture shift that's making them look like a team on the rise. But they have a glaring weakness, their defense, especially that lack of a true game-changing pass rusher. And here's where it gets interesting. The trade proposal suggests that the Bears would give Cleveland a package of future draft picks, 2 first-rounders, along with a Day 2 and Day 3 selection, in exchange for Garrett. Yes, it's a hefty price tag, but that's the kind of move that could set both teams on a new course. For Chicago, it's a bold statement. They're saying, "We want to win now," especially considering they've already tried to make a push for Garrett during the NFL trade deadline earlier this season. Reports from ESPN's Adam Schefter indicated that the Bears' offer was quite aggressive, signaling how serious they are about adding that elite pass rusher. Now let's talk about Myles Garrett himself, because he's not just any player. He's a Hall of Fame-bound talent, no doubt about it. Over the past few seasons, he's been a terror on the field, with 10 sacks in just his last 3 games alone, which is absolutely insane. Seriously, who does that? He's also the first player in NFL history to record 12 or more sacks in 6 straight seasons. That's consistency, folks. Plus, he's not injury-prone. Since entering the league in 2017, Garrett has played in at least 10 games every single season. That's reliability, and it's exactly what you want when you're talking about a franchise player. But there's always that big what-if with trades of this magnitude, his age. Garrett is about to turn 30 next year, and that's a factor that adds some risk. Teams tend to hesitate when dealing with players on the brink of their 30s, especially for a player whose prime years might be considered behind him. Yet, even with that, Garrett's production and impact on the field remain undeniable. In Cleveland, he's been a leader, a game wrecker, the kind of player who can change the outcome of a game single-handedly. But the Bears, with their current roster and their quarterback Justin Fields, are trending upward, and adding a player like Garrett could be the final piece to push them over the edge. For the Browns, this isn't an easy decision. Losing Garrett would be a big blow, no question. He's been a cornerstone of our pass rush, a player who makes everyone around him better, and a big reason why our defense has been so formidable. But Cleveland has always been a franchise that's willing to make tough calls if it means building for the future. With the draft capital they could gather from such a trade, the Browns could pivot, rebuild, and potentially retool their roster to address other needs, such as linebacker help or secondary depth, while still maintaining a competitive team. This kind of move also speaks to the strategic thinking of our front office. They're not just looking at this season, they're planning ahead. Cleveland has been progressively building a team that's capable of competing at the highest level, and sometimes that means making tough decisions. If the Browns were to part ways with Garrett, it could open up opportunities to draft a young pass rusher who can develop alongside our existing talent, or even bring in experienced veterans through free agency to fill the void. But let's not forget, the Browns aren't just about trading away talent for the sake of it. We're all about finding the right moves that align with our long-term vision. Garrett is one of the best players in the league, and losing him would require a carefully thought-out plan to ensure our defense doesn't take a step back. It's all about balancing the present with the future, and whether Cleveland's front office is willing to make that leap remains to be seen. Meanwhile, in Cleveland, the fans are buzzing with speculation. The question isn't just about whether the Browns should trade Garrett. It's about how we'd replace him, how we'd keep this defense as dominant as it's been, and how we stay competitive in the AFC. Our team has shown resilience this season, and we've seen flashes of brilliance from our young core, especially on offense with Deshaun Watson leading the way and our receivers making plays. The defense, with Garrett leading the charge, has been a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks. Losing him would be a blow, but it could also be an opportunity to reshape and elevate the team in a different direction. Let's also consider the impact on our division rivals. The AFC North is one of the most competitive divisions in football. The Ravens, Steelers, and Bengals are all fighting tooth and nail for playoff positioning. If the Browns were to make a bold move like trading Garrett, it could shift the balance of power, giving us new options to build a championship-caliber roster, while our divisional opponents scramble to keep up. It's the kind of move that could define a franchise's identity for years to come. As Browns fans, we've seen our team make bold moves in the past, sometimes paying off big, sometimes not. But what's clear right now is that the team is in a window of opportunity. We've got talent, a solid coaching staff, and a fan base hungry for success. Whether or not Cleveland pulls the trigger on this trade, it's a topic that's going to dominate conversations for the foreseeable future. The Browns' front office has a tough choice ahead. Do you hold onto a generational talent like Garrett, or do you capitalize on a rare opportunity to acquire multiple high draft picks and reshape the team for years to come? And speaking of Garrett, I want to highlight just how special he's been for us. His relentless motor, his ability to disrupt defenses, and his leadership on and off the field make him a true Browns icon. He's been the face of our defense, a player that fans rally around, a player who's helped elevate the franchise's reputation. It's not just about stats, it's about what he represents, a symbol of Cleveland's grit and determination. Any trade proposal involving him isn't just about football, it's about the soul of our team. Looking ahead, I believe the Browns are at a crossroads. Whether they decide to keep Garrett or explore the possibility of trading him, one thing is for sure. This season has shown that Cleveland is on the rise. Our defense is one of the best in the league, and with Deshaun Watson leading the offense, we've got the firepower to compete with anyone. The AFC North is tough, but we've proven we can hang with the best. The question now is whether we're willing to make a bold move to take that next step, or if we believe in the core we've built. In the end, Cleveland Browns fans, what matters most is our passion and our belief in this team. We've seen flashes of greatness, and we know that with the right moves, this team can contend for a Super Bowl again. Whether Garrett stays or goes, our support remains unwavering. We'll be there every step of the way, cheering, believing, and hoping for a brighter future. This is what it means to be a Browns fan, loyal, resilient, and always dreaming of that next big victory. Stay tuned, because the next chapter in Browns history might just be written in the coming weeks, and I promise it's going to be one hell of a ride. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on all of this? Do you think the Browns should consider trading Garrett if the right offer comes along? Or are you firmly in the camp that we need to keep our star and build around him? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. Remember, this is a team built by us for us, and every voice counts. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news. Keep the faith, Browns fans. We're on the rise, and the best is yet to come.